2, 1. Hold on. And oh, crapping. Okay, wait, we're live. All right, we're live. Here we go. Hi, ladies. Okay,
Hi.
so just so everybody is aware, there is nothing that I have been doing that is perfect or whatever. Like legit, this is our 15th Facebook live chat, and I'm bringing experts to the spotlight to help out everybody in our community and to help out anyone who sees this video from shares that I'm doing a promotion as well. So anyone who shares the videos the most, at the end, I'm giving them a free membership for Lead Up for Women, because here's the goal: community, community, community. How can we share the love? How can we help each other out? Right? This is how we can do it. Let's get out into the spotlight all day long, every day, and share what we've been going through and how we've been able to get through and over the hurdles, right? And then it's that lead up, leave the ladder down. How do you pull another female along with you, right? Why should they have to be in the trenches, just like silently suffering? That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
Are you guys silently suffering? Because you're both smiling.
I think we both are really focused on having a positive mindset, looking for opportunities, seeing how we could pivot, and using this time to create, using this time to really just work on building relationships and connecting with people. So, it is a crazy time with just so much uncertainty. And so we're hoping to just step up and teach other people to step up to leadership right now, because I think the world needs a lot more leaders, and I think people have so much to say and maybe aren't saying it. So we want to just encourage people to lead up, speak up, all those things.
Yes, girl. So I forgot to mention to everybody watching, I have Kim Mylls and Shari Weller, and they have two. Actually, they wear a lot of hats, but I'm just going to take the top two. They've created a company called Kiss Corporate Goodbye, and the first time I met them, they walk in with these pink or red shirts, pink, red shirt, Kiss Corporate Goodbye, and I was like, who are these chicks? I want to meet them. I think that's the best thing ever. And what they do is they help women really bridge, how do I leave corporate and still be able to make enough money? So on the other side of this, they are Arbonne consultants and have been for many, many, many years. And they will talk a little bit today about how through this uncertainty, recession, this who knows what the hell this is called that we're going through, because none of us have ever been through it, right?
Right.
How they're able to smile. You guys said things just in the beginning of this that have been a common thread throughout every single Facebook chat I've had, which tells you that everyone that's stepping forward are leaders. I call them light leaders, which is like hold the light, you hold the lamp, right? We're attracting those that are in the dark and showing them the way. And you're right. Don't play small. Don't stay back in the shadows. If you're a leader already and people look up to you and they're already looking at you as someone that can lead them or trailblaze a path for them, they're going to be gravitating to you now more than ever. So we especially don't want to shrink back. We want to share our experiences and how we can help people. And that's why we're doing these. So Shari, how's your life been lately?
Good. And I was just going to add to your point about not shrinking. I think we all have such a huge decision right now. And the decision is either be paralyzed by fear or be propelled by faith. And I think
nice.
Thank you. I stole that from somebody. It's not my original thought, but it has really been a driving force for me the last couple of weeks, especially because I think, we all have choices every day. I think every day that we wake up and we don't have the virus and we're healthy and we're surrounded by those that we love, it's a good day. And yes, there's uncertainty. There's a lot of things going on that are unhappy for a lot of people. But this is also a time where, a lot of times in the darkest days, those are when some of the greatest ideas start to take shape. Those are some of the days where the greatest leaders start to take form and build up. So I think, just having that faith mentality and letting the circumstances propel us instead of paralyze us,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to do a world of good for all of us.
That's perfect. Because you were talking about fear, and the other word that's coming out is panic. And I've been talking about replacing panic with possibility. So perfect. Nothing that I do has a headline on it of, are you struggling? Has this been a tough time for you? Every time I see emails or things like that, it's like, listen, I'm just reiterating what everyone already knows, right? I know it's tough. I know there's uncertainty. I know it's unprecedented, which means we've never done this before. So I'm looking at people to say, if we've never been through this time before, then realize you're going to have to do things you've never done before. It's going to be uncomfortable. And uncomfortable doesn't feel good to any of us. No. It just doesn't. But how do you make the best of it and get through it? And you're right. It's two choices that you make every day. I either wallow in fear and panic and blah, blah, blah. And I just let the news come into my house, and I'm pissed off every day because I have to homeschool my kids, and my husband's in my face. And no, I'm serious. This is all the stuff I'm hearing.
We know.
Or you're like, oh my gosh, like I learned so much more about my kids in the last 2 weeks than I've ever even known about them in the last 5 years. Or this has given me an opportunity to step up in my family, and I never realized that I wasn't doing that before, but now I am. You know, we work from home. You guys work from home. I work from home. Not a huge shift for us, but you guys also have children that you're now homeschooling. You know, I haven't had a huge disruption when it comes to that because I don't have any children at my house. I also can't go see any of my grandchildren because they're all on lockdown. So that's really sucks. You know what I'm saying? And seeing them through videos, like having them in different states. And they're right down the street. They're legit like blocks from me. You know, we ride our bikes by hoping they might be like looking through the window, or so we can just like wave. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a time of uncertainty, so create certainty.
Yeah, you know? I think it starts with, you know, I'm doing this Be Better in 30 Days challenge. Once we got notice that it's going to be till April 30th, I'm like, okay, let's use this time. Like, what can we do in 30 days? Do something little every single day that, you know, by the end of 30 days, we're going to be better. And I think it all starts with your morning routine. And Shari and I have talked about this for a long time. It's like how you start your day. It's like win the morning, win the day. Mm-hmm. And those are some of the things that you can control, because we're not controlling lots of things, right? We can control what we're listening to, watching, but really the main thing you can control is your mindset and then your activity. And so start your activity by not looking at your phone and scrolling to see like the latest updates. Start by walking or hiking or meditating or reading or, you know, something. And, you know, that's easy for me to say because I don't have kids at home. Shari does. And so her mornings are probably a little bit different than mine.
Well, and actually, I imagine they're not too different. You know, like your kids still had to get up and go to school, you know, at one point. So,
yeah, and I think it's finding that silver lining. Mm-hmm. You know, my son is at home. He's 16, so he's somewhat self-sufficient, but he's, you know, not having to get up at 5:50 in the morning to go to school. Right. He can sleep in. I can get a lot of work done in the morning. He can do his work. And so, you know, the silver lining is whatever grades he got third quarter, he gets to keep those and only improve upon them. That's a huge silver lining. The fact that I don't have to stress for this next quarter is awesome. I mean, the fact that I don't have to get up and make him breakfast at 5:30 every morning, that's awesome.
I know. Yeah. So anyone watching this video, I want you to go back and watch all of the other 14 videos that I've done, because there is threads of commonality through all of these, meaning there's a reason why everybody I'm interviewing is a leader. They're all saying the same thing, literally. You know, but in a different way, in a different situation. But everyone is talking about silver lining and how you start your day. And I love the way you put that, Kim, because it's win the morning, win the day, right? Like huge pieces that that you can think about. So maybe you get up a little bit before your children. You're still able to sleep in more than you used to because your children would have had to have gone to school, right? And I find it so peaceful in the morning. So that's kind of my time to quiet out, and the air is beautiful because the earth is breathing. Like you can see mountains for days. It's gorgeous out, and look at all the positives. People are connecting more, slowing down more. My last guest that I just had, Jenna Rodriguez, she talked about, everyone's going crazy cleaning everything, right? And cleaning out closets. I'm like, first of all, I haven't had 1 second of downtime to do any of that. But we talked about, like, why aren't you focusing on cleaning out this? Unpack some of this stuff and clean out that closet, because there's a lot going on in there. And this is not a time to pause and be paralyzed by fear. You have to take action. So how have you guys been helping your team? Because you coach hundreds of women through Arbonne. So talk a little bit about why Kiss Corporate Goodbye and how you've been able to help your clients right now get through this, like navigate through this, create certainty in an uncertain world, let's say.
Well, I mean, Kiss Corporate, we really are building it to kind of just create a movement so that people could feel empowered and have choices. And that is one of our big goals, is just to create, what you're talking about, a community where people can feel safe and confident and empowered to be able to like make some big decisions. And I think right now, whether you don't have a job, whether you're in a job, but you're being furloughed. I mean, there's so many things going on. I think now more than ever is really that time where you have to pivot. You have to figure out a different way of doing business. And most people, if you haven't figured this out already, you have to find some way to build your business online. You have to have some online component. And I think now more than ever, you've got some time, let those creative juices flow, and like you were saying, work on yourself and really get in touch with what would you love to create? I mean, that's one of the things with Kiss Corporate. And then the second thing, and then I'll let Shari jump in, we do coach a lot of people like in the network marketing industry. And our goal is to really teach people how right now is a time to serve, not to sell. It is a time to build relationships and connect. It is not business as usual, but it's business the way I think our business should always be done, coming from love, coming from connection. And I will say in the especially last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks, I have had some of the best conversations and reconnected with just some people that I hadn't. And we want to just really encourage everyone to come from that servant leadership and come from that place where how can you lift somebody up right now? And go ahead, sis.
No, I was going to share almost exactly the same thing, but just kind of going back to what Kim had said about how important it is to have an online business right now. And, we are very grateful, and we are very grateful every single day that we have a business that we can run from, any kind of device with internet. And we're grateful that we have products with Arbonne that are deemed essential right now. I mean, people are always going to be washing their face, they're going to be washing their hair, they're going to be eating nutrition. And so to be able to serve people that, want to build their immune system, to start getting healthier, we have that opportunity through Arbonne products. But more importantly, I think we have a business vehicle and a community that we can help lift each other up. We could help serve, as Kim was saying, but also be able to create, an additional stream of income. There are so many people right now that, in so many professions, that they cannot work because they're in too close a proximity to their clients. Whether it's, salon owners or nail techs or fitness professionals, those businesses have literally been shut down. Fitness professionals can, hopefully have some kind of online component, but people who touch, other people are really stuck. Massage therapists, those types of professions. So, one of the things that Kim and I like to do is just to, as Kim said, build those relationships and see how we can serve them and see how we can help during these times, and to have another stream of income for so many people right now is going to be the difference between, being able to reopen business or not.
Yeah, I think you touched on a really important point that we covered earlier when I was talking with Ashley Warren. She is a huge mogul in the marketing world and works with big clients, millions of dollars. And she said you have to have several verticals and you have to have revenue coming in several different areas. You can't just rely on one stream. And I think that's very important for people to realize that it can't just be one place. There has to be other areas that you can quickly pivot, just as we talked about, that you can quickly pivot to. So I went to one of your demonstrations, supported both of you, to see how you run Arbonne compared to how I've worked with other people that run Arbonne, and they do everything with in-person home parties. And you're like, no way. We've done everything online forever. You used to do these in person. Everyone would show up at a meeting, and then you would talk about how they would run their company online, and then bring in other associates and how they would coach them. And again, it just keeps multiplying and duplicating itself. How are you now doing those one-on-ones where you would bring in several people into a room and gather, which was way more than 10 people in that room? How are you doing those now?
Well, we do miss that piece, because that is the community and that is the fun. But we're doing lots of these. We're doing lots of Facebook parties, like Facebook events, Zoom events. We're doing kind of power hours with our teams. And it actually has been so much fun still. It's just a different way of doing it. And I mean, nothing to me is going to be the in-person. Yeah. But it has been really fun. And I think what's happening too is more people understand the simplicity of this business, and that, oh, I can pop on a Zoom call. I could talk to somebody. I could feel like I'm right there. And so we're doing a lot of virtual events. But really, I think it's going to always come down to that one-on-one connection with people.
Yeah, it does. It always comes down to the one-on-one. And we know you can't replace the in-person with looking at a screen. It just doesn't, a hug does, it's proven what it does for a body, right?
Absolutely.
Connection and having those snuggles and time with people. I get that. But I wanted to make the point of how quickly you moved from in person. Like, you didn't skip a beat with your company at all. You just said, great. Okay, consultants, if you guys have people that are interested and want to start this up because they've been fired, or now's the time for them to start a business, let's just move it right to online and just keep things rolling. And how quickly you can do that. That's the importance that I want to share with everybody, is that you don't have time just to sit around and try and figure it out or have zero solution,
Yeah. And I want to say, we're still learning. We don't know. If people don't know, right before we got on this call, we asked you how to do this live. And, you don't have to know everything. I mean, everything is figure outable. You just have to start and move and, learn as you go and trust the process. And, we're figuring it all out too. And we're adding things, and, we're getting microphones and lights and green screens or whatever we need to all look good. I don't have mine yet.
Virtual. So by the way, you can change your background whenever you want. And by the way, you can upload in Zoom.
Yes, we just learned that.
Okay. So I went in the other day and I uploaded a whole bunch of backgrounds of like my logo and different things I had and my magazine. And so I literally can sit in front of a big thing of my magazine, or I could sit in front of this beach. So you can upload anything you want.
I know. We're very excited about that.
Big Arbonne logo. Yeah. So then no one ever has to see anything behind you if that's the way you choose to do it. But, I've also been receiving emails. I feel like there's no excuse. I'm pretty hardcore when it comes to stuff like this. There's no excuse, meaning Google AdWords is offering hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to anyone right now that's running Google ad campaigns for free ads. Okay, so right there, that's an opportunity. I got an email from Zoom or from Calendly, so anyone that uses that app, that you can connect all their premium services through July for free. I got another one from Google Hangouts. You can record your webinars, up to 300 people on a webinar, all for free. These are premium services. So everyone out there is starting to reach out. LinkedIn is offering, you know, the professional pages. Take advantage of all of these opportunities over the next 2 or 3 months that they're offering them for free. They will notify you when you have to start paying. And then if you love their service, they're anticipating if you love it, you'll continue it. If you don't, that's fine. Then you don't continue it. But take advantage of all the free stuff that's flowing your way right now, you know? And I use that example of, if learning is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. If you're not willing to learn right now, you might want to just step down.
That's good.
I love that.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah. I use that one quite a bit. You have to remember, if you're not willing to learn, you're not willing to grow. And we're in a time where it's supposed to be uncomfortable because we're all growing. You know?
And I think that goes back to what we were just talking about at the very beginning. Now is the time to step up and lead, and you don't have, you can figure it out. Like, people stop being attached to the how and focus on the why, and then the how always comes forward.
I'm going to write that one. I've been writing like crazy anyway. But I'm going to put these descriptions out there on the video for everybody to see. And then I'm going to have Kim and Shari put all of their contact information in the comment section. So all you have to do is look below. You'll see links of how to get to all their pages. And then I don't know if you guys do like a 30-minute consultation with people to really talk with them a little bit about how they can bridge, especially now. I cannot make this point enough. You either wait and allow someone else to tell you if you have a job and when you're going to get income, or you say, time out. I'm taking my power back, giving myself permission to lead my life. I'm going to build my own business on the side. And that's what because you're either with or without right now, right? What a better time to build something, a side hustle, you can call it, or if you're laid off, it's your business, and build it quickly. Yeah. You know, even if you built it to $1,000 a month and then you finally got to $2,000 a month, that's not hard to do. I know you're shaking your head because you're like, yeah, it's not hard to do. We all wear makeup. We all use, I shower with it every day. My lotion is Arbonne. My makeup, I just put it on this morning. My makeup is Arbonne. So I use Arbonne products consistently, and I don't even sell them. I just do it, so I can have the fizzes, in my water bottles and stuff, because it's everything I love. The protein drinks, they're great. So we're talking about this, getting rid of the clutter and cleaning things up and unpacking ourselves. We need to look at staying healthy. And I love your 30 days. So I think they're just small steps every day. And you're like holding the lamp, right? Saying, come just follow me. I'm going to take you on a 30-day journey to be a better you. Like, who wouldn't want to follow that?
We agree.
No, I'm good. Thanks. I just want to hang out here and just wallow in my fear. I'm good. That's awesome.
But we were gonna, yes, you can connect with us, and you can do a free call with us, and it can, right now it could be about anything you want. If you're looking for ways to pivot in your business, if you need mindset, whatever you want, it doesn't have to be about building your own business. It doesn't have to be, but we're offering free coaching. It's on our website that you can schedule time with either one of us.
Good.
We have a free ebook that you can download as well on our website. So we'll post that.
That's great. Everyone should be reading right now.
Absolutely. It's definitely a time to learn. Like you said, if learning's beneath you, leadership's beyond you.
It's just going to roll off your tongue now. You're just going to be saying that all the time, and you'll get the same reaction I get. Oh, what was that again? That was really good. What was that?
You know, you can add on to that. Leaders are readers. So
yes. Yes, it needs to be a constant flow of information coming in. And so that's what I love about these videos and bringing these experts forward is, you know, based on the different ideas and the different experts I bring is going to trigger somebody to be like, ooh, that's the message I wanted to hear. That's who I want to listen to, right? So I think it's, you know, I'm just not going to stop pumping out information for people. And I offer your welcome feedback. But I really just want this to be a time where we're spotlighting those, you know, light leaders and those people that are not afraid in this uncertain time to help you create certainty. And this whole Be Better in 30 Days starts tomorrow. So you guys better click on their links down below and get out there and make sure that you are going out and getting signed up for that, because I think that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a former mentor who used to always say, were you going to say this, Shari?
No, go ahead.
Oh, who, you know, she used to always say, be prepared for impact. And I think, you know, now more than ever, that is the case. You always need a plan B. For us, our plan B turned into our plan A. But that was her advice. And then her other advice was to be a hope dealer. And now more than ever, we need to be hope dealers, everybody, and everybody's got that in them. So that's what we're excited to see people transform. Yeah. What were you going to say, Shari?
Well, I was just going to say over the next 30 days, because we are at home, we don't have a choice, you know, just do one thing a day. It's that whole compound effect. You know, Kim has committed to running every day, whether it's some form of exercise, whether it's reading 10 pages in a book, whether it's spending, you know, 10 minutes quality time with your family, whatever that may be. Hopefully it's more than 10 minutes, but
probably like 20 hours. But.
Exactly. Whatever that is, whatever that one thing is, yeah. You know, write it down and stick to it for the next 30 days, because I guarantee April 30th is going to look a whole lot different than April 1st if you do one little thing. I mean, none of us really prepared for March. What happened? I mean, the beginning of March was very different than today. And so it's amazing how much can happen in a month. I mean, we've gone to living our life to going, holy cow.
Yeah, the whole world's in quarantine and lockdown.
Right. Yeah. So what you can do in 30 days, I mean, if the world can all go into quarantine together for 30 days,
oh yeah,
you can certainly make one small change that's going to make a big impact in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely time for us to do that. And I want to thank both of you for being here and sharing your advice and your wise wisdom with our community. I love you ladies. You are just like magical sisters to me. And I'm so thankful that you're out there helping lift women and give them the opportunity to feel empowered, to be able to take back, you know, their power, tap into it, not give it away, and rely on somebody else to make choices for them. Now they can make choices for themselves. And that's huge for the independence.
And thank you
love what you're doing too. So thank you so much for, were you going to say that, Kim?
Yep.
That's what happens when you're sisters for as long as we've been sisters. We kind of read each other's minds and talk for each other, but
that's awesome.
We've loved getting to know you and your community, and are just grateful that you invited us to share today.
Yeah. And just thank you for stepping up and leading the way. And I think it's awesome. And I think you're awesome. So thanks.
Thank you, ladies. So we are going to say goodbye to everybody and make sure you guys follow all their links below. So see ya.